Hi, and welcome to another Wednesday with Wilna. And today, and for the next 4 weeks, I'm going to be working with these files. So I created a whole bunch of them, and you can buy them on iHeart Studio for $9.99. And they're just so happy, don't you think so? I just love them. I loved working with them. And here you can see most of them printed out and cut out with my silhouette. I have an awesome print and cut combo. I actually provide the cut lines for the print and cut. That's a part of this little bundle. And I spent the most of today and yesterday creating layouts. So I've filmed and made 4 layouts, one for today and for the next 3 weeks actually. And I'm just happy to be bringing you this. So it's snowing here in Canada, which is not new. It's April, but we used to wet snow in April. So it was a perfect day to work. And that's what I did most of the day. So while I was thinking about working on the layouts, I decided to work with these files that you can see here. But I wanted to have like a little theme for the next 4 weeks for layouts, and I decided to work with backgrounds. So I'm going to be bringing you 4 different pages layouts over the next 4 weeks, where every layout has a different background. So some is more intricate, some is simple, and today we're going to work with tissue paper. This is not something new for me, but I just wanted to do it again. I don't know, for some reason it's one of my favorite things to do, and I haven't done it in a little while, and I don't think I've done it on a Wednesday with Wilna video, so I just decided to take the plunge and do it. Now, you don't have to use pink, you can use any color you want. Of course, I'm a pink girl because I only have girls. So you want to have 4 strips of tissue paper cut more or less 6 inches wide, and then just a little Mod Podge, and then just lay them down. Now, don't look at me. I'm not a fabric girl. I don't work with fabric. I'm a terrible seamstress, believe it or not, to my mother's probably heartache, because she was an amazing seamstress. But I think maybe that's the reason why I don't enjoy it, and it was, I don't know. Sorry for that musings. I'm not going to try figure out why. I'm a paper person, let's put it that way. So don't judge me for the terrible zigzags that I'm doing here. But I'm using Mod Podge and very lightly just adding a couple of brush strokes of Mod Podge, and then you just want to layer down another piece. So I'm not going to, don't judge me. It was terrible. I wish you would could be in my head while I was doing it. I'm like, no, what am I doing? I might have said a bad word or two. But so yeah, well, in the end it worked out wonderful. I didn't want it perfect, so I'm just putting it down and making a little zigzag there with the tissue paper, and now you just want to do it with the last piece as well. Again, you can do it with any color. You don't have to work with pink. I think even white will be lovely. Dear Lizzie had some ruffle paper out in one of her collections, and I absolutely loved it. Maybe I'm just missing working with textured backgrounds. So when you cut tissue paper, it's better to use scissors because a craft knife will tear it. So now you just want it to dry completely and just clean up your table a little bit. I have these wipes just handy, and it's actually not a very good brand. I don't like it at all. It tears too easily, but it does the job. So just let it dry, and then once it's dry, we're just going to sew it. Is that the right word? I don't know. I'm sorry, people. It's been a long day for me. So I brought up my sewing machine, which is not something that you see a lot, and I should absolutely work with it more because I love it. I love working with my machine on paper. But you can see I'm just stitching it like inches apart, an inch apart. I just want the paper to be down properly. That was actually the main idea of stitching it. So I'm just running it through the machine a little, and then once that's done, we're going to add our embellishments and spray paint on it, well, mist on it. And I'll show you how to make your own mist. Okay, so you can see I took off like half an inch of the paper, and now I'm just going to mount it on this beautiful polka dot paper by Maggie Holmes collection Confetti. If you enjoyed the music that I just played, it's actually YouTube music, and you will notice that my videos are monetized, and that's just to bring in a little extra income for me. And because I want to monetize them, I'm not allowed to play like just any music, because there's copyright and everything on music. So YouTube is sweet enough to create like a creator suite where there's a lot of free music that you can download. So the music you hear in my videos and my art journal videos are mostly by YouTube or provided by them, which is legal. So I can do it without being penalized. So, okay, I want to show you this. I created the embellishments and I put everything together, and then I decided that the pink was too pink and I wanted to mute it. So I did spray it. But when I adhered the embellishments, then after the spray paint was dry, I forgot, or I didn't turn on my camera, so I didn't video it. So what I'm doing here is I'm using some chipboard elements by Maggie Holmes from her open book collection. I think it's open book, yeah. And that cute deer that I've been just wanting to use for the longest time. Basically what I didn't film is what I'm doing here, except for a couple of differences, and I'll talk you through it. I'll show you exactly what I used and what I didn't use. I did not end up using the hearts at all, and I removed some of the flourishes. I also used a different title. So But you can see the flourishes is beautiful, and I think especially if you want to make cards, they can be really awesome to work with. So a little feather. I have a bag full of guinea fowl feathers from South Africa that my mum actually sent me. I think she paid 10 rand, which is probably $1 for that bag. And now I'll show you quickly. I wanted to just spray some white ink on it, and I just want to show you how to do it. So just take a little like a mini mister like that, and then you just want to add a few scoops of gesso in it, and then add some water, and voila, there you have lovely white mist. Which, this way you can really make a mister out of any color you want. You just need a little spray bottle and add a little bit of acrylic paint and water and just shake it up really well. So there you go. Okay, so now I'm going to mist it on my tissue paper, and the reason why I wanted to use mist is because tissue paper will buckle or absorb the ink a lot, and I just wanted to get as little as possible on it, and it worked like a charm. You can't even see a difference in the texture, and I'm using my embossing tool just to dry it, and you can see it dries fairly transparent. It's not as opaque as I thought it would be, but I was okay with it because it did mute it a little bit. Plus, it added a little more texture to the background. Not that this particular background needs more texture, but so yeah, I'm going to do interesting things with backgrounds, so I'm very excited to show you. So here's the part that I did not film. I used these beautiful ephemera pack by Pink Paisley called Bella Rouge, and I used the butterflies, and I'll zoom in and you can see there's wait easier way, bring the camera to the page, not the page to the camera. So you see I changed the loving life, and there's the feathers, the little butterflies, and the beautiful is also part of it, and those butterflies and the little diamond shape, and that's the only thing I used hot glue just to adhere it. Right, and now I just want to do my journaling, and I decided to write on the photograph itself just because it's such a smooth it was light, plus it's a smooth surface. I used the Tombow pen in this case. Someone asked me on my blog, which pen do you love? And I love, this is a Tombow one that you see there, but the one that I actually like more is the Zig Memory System Writer for Vellum. It's a pen that has a 0.5 millimeter point on one side, much like the one you see there. And then on the other side, it has a real thick marker type of point and a tip. And I love it. I love the vellum writer, actually. This pen that you see there is still one that I brought with me from South Africa. So it's been with me for 10 years. So that's a long time. You can see my printer didn't print the loving life properly, and that's okay. I'm okay with imperfections. So there you go, the page is done. Thank you so much for watching this little episode with me. It's actually such a simple page to make. I think the embellishments makes it easy to make a pretty page, and that's what I really try to bring to you, is embellishments that really doesn't need a lot of other things. And I think the flourishes and the spring flowers that I created is definitely in that category. Well, I hope so. But thank you so much for watching. Remember that I have a free silhouette workshop on iHeart Studio. If you have your machine still in a box, or you have it, but you haven't had the heart or the energy or the courage to break it out and start using it, then I really, really recommend that you go to my iHeart Studio website and have a look at the free silhouette workshop. And the last thing I want to say is I would love it if you can subscribe to my newsletter. In the last newsletter, I sent the subscribers a 30% voucher to iHeart Studio. So it's worth it. I try not to bombard you with a lot of nonsense, but I think it will be worth your while. Okay, I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.